Christmas weekend is only going to get worse thanks to winter weather and COVID-related staff shortages. Michael Santoro, Vice President of the Southwest Airlines Pilot Association, joins me now to discuss. Michael, how much worse could this get?
Well, we hope it doesn't get much worse than you saw this past weekend. Kind of a double hit for us in the airline industry, both with the weather system that ran from the north all the way to the south and made its way across the country, posed challenges for us at Southwest along the way. And then, of course, you add in the Omicron, which is a mandatory quarantines imposed by the FAA and companies putting us on the sidelines as pilots for 10 days at a time. Definitely causes some challenges for staffing.
Here's a statement from the FAA warning of looming travel delays. Quote, weather and heavy seasonal traffic are likely to result in some travel delays in the coming days. Like the rest of the U.S. population, an increased number of FAA employees have tested positive for COVID-19. And then they go on to maintain safety. Traffic volume at some facilities could be reduced, which might result in delays during busy periods. Michael, we can't change the weather, but we can change or at least somewhat impact the human part of this. What needs to be done to limit those delays and those cancellations?
Well, I mean, the new CDC guidelines reducing quarantines to 5 days will help. We're beginning to talk about implementing that at Southwest, which will reduce, obviously, the time that the pilots and other flight crews, the flight attendants, are put on the sidelines. So that will help. Of course, weather, of course, we can't do anything about that. Winter is a tough time with the icing and powerful storms that run through. But again, that's where we're at with both the Omicron and winter weather.
Meantime, Supreme Court in the United States is going to hear legal challenges this week to Joe Biden's federal vaccine mandate for private companies. All this after the administration said the Omicron surge needs to be handled at the state level. Here's Joe Biden.
Look, there is no federal solution. This gets solved at a state level, and it ultimately gets down to where the rubber meets the road.
Okay, I'm confused, Michael. If it is a state responsibility, then why is Biden fighting so hard for federal vaccine mandates that are basically hurting your ability, your industry's ability to keep planes in the sky?
Well, I mean, that's a good question. Of course, we're governed by the Federal Aviation Administration, so, we fall under federal statutes. So, Southwest, SWAPA in particular, has been for choice on the vaccine, especially with our medical certificates that we have to get every 6 months for captains. So we think it should be a decision made by each pilot, and we'll continue that position going forward. The mandate at this point has been paused at Southwest, which is a good thing for us, and we'll see how this court ruling moves forward. But we still remain that a pilot should have its choice to be vaccinated.
Yeah, especially when, if you think about states being in charge of this, obviously the argument is strong, but for your industry, it makes no sense. If you're flying in New Jersey, you can't change what you're doing in Pennsylvania. It doesn't make sense for the airline industry, but we will see. Michael Santoro, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you very much. And